Hello ladies, from this beautiful place. I'm in Bali right now, and this is actually a very magical place where you complete a lot of personal transformations every time you come here. So if you're craving some personal growth, if you feel that this is a time for you to elevate, to grow, welcome here. The island is waiting for you. Look how beautiful is that. There's the ocean right behind me. And today I really want to talk about one of the most important things in your life. This sounds like a lot, but I truly believe that it's self love, ladies. A lot of you think that self love is taking bubble baths, buying yourself a new dress, a new shoes. Like you truly believe that self love is some things that you do to just, make yourself feel better. You spoil yourself, you take care of yourself, and this is only partially true. It's true like for 25%. But 75% of your self-love is different things that I want to talk to you about in this video. Because if you want to find a partner, for example, who's gonna treat you as a queen, who's gonna love you unconditionally, who's gonna give you so much attention, affection, who's gonna cuddle you, kiss you, bring you presents, flowers, take you out on dates, who's gonna see you as the one and the most important person for him, you need to start treating yourself this way first, ladies. Because sometimes you criticize yourself, you mistreating yourself, you disrespecting yourself, you're not choosing yourself, you betraying yourself. And then you come to me and say, Polina, why man cheat on me? Why man lied to me? Why man betrayed me? Because this is exactly how you treat yourself. So you're gonna ask me, Polina, but I can't do all of these things to myself that I want my boyfriend to do to me, for example. I can touch myself. You can. You can cuddle. You can like kiss your arms, your hands, your knees. Like you can do this. You need to stop saving on yourself and budgeting on yourself, because you tell me, Polina, my man doesn't want to spend money on me. When was the last time that you spent on yourself and bought yourself something very expensive that you really liked? When you didn't save on yourself, when you didn't say that, yeah, this is too much, maybe next month, maybe in 2 months. When was the last time where you spoiled yourself and treated yourself as a queen? Look at your wardrobe, for example. What are you wearing? If you're wearing some worn out clothes, some teared up, some old clothes that doesn't look good anymore, this is not a self-love, ladies. Yes, thank you. Got myself some watermelon juice. So yes, ladies, another act of self-love is leaving situations, people, and things that doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Because if you stay in somewhere where you've been treated poorly and you mistreated and you feel not comfortable with this person, you feel like someone treat you not as good as you deserve, and you still staying in this situation, it means you don't love yourself. How easy is that, ladies? Let me put my glasses on. When you truly love yourself, you accept yourself unconditionally. It doesn't mean you don't do anything to improve yourself, elevate yourself. No. Let's imagine you have a child. Do you want your child to grow, to develop, to learn? Of course you do. Do you want your child to take care of themselves, eat healthy, exercise? Of course you do. Why don't you do this to yourself? If you love and accept yourself, it doesn't mean you need to stay in a weight of 400 pounds, for example. It doesn't mean you love yourself, because I see all of these body positive people. I love myself and I accept myself. Okay, but do you really like yourself? Do you feel good in your body? Do your body grateful to you for treating it this way? So this is a thin line between accepting yourself and not criticizing yourself, and looking at yourself objectively and say, okay, there's my points and my parts of my life that I need to work on, to improve, to elevate. And this is nothing wrong with that, ladies. So what steps should you take to start actually loving yourself? First of all, you need to show love to yourself as love languages. You all know these 5 love languages in a relationship: touch, gifts, words of affirmation, quality time together, and acts of service. You all know these. And in a relationship, let's say you show your love and receive your love with certain love languages. But what about yourself, ladies? Do you show your love by doing something in terms of these love languages? Because if you have certain love languages to a partner, this is exact love languages you need to put on yourself as well if we're talking about self-love. Let me give you an example. If your love language is touch, what do? You cuddle yourself before you go to bed. You kissing yourself, like actually, like I do this all the time, like I'm kissing my hands, my arms, my knees, like you do that. Then you do self-massage with oils, with some scrubs, with some body butter. You use perfume, you brush your hair, not for 30 seconds, but for 5 minutes. I know this because this is actually my love language. And a lot of you tell me, Polina, I love cuddles so much, so I just date all of this man and I'm in a situationship with this man who gives me nothing. At least I'm gonna cuddle at night. No, ladies, this is not an excuse, because my love language is touch as well, but I'm not sleeping with random men and I'm not cuddling with random men if we're not in relationship. I give this touch to myself. And yes, this is maybe not as satisfying, but it's still enough for you to feel this effort that you put towards yourself. Yeah, without glasses, I can't do. Ladies, I'm sorry, but yeah, sun is still bright. It's under the clouds, but it's still bright. Okay, so next step. Let's say your love language is words of affirmations. What do? You stay in front of the mirror and you tell compliments to yourself. I love you. You look so beautiful today. You look so pretty. You're the cutest little thing. You're so smart. You're so wise. Like, you tell these compliments all the time and words of encouragement. Because if your love language, words of affirmation, if you always criticizing yourself, like, yeah, I could do this better, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not skinny enough, I didn't achieve as much as people, I'm too old, I'm too unattractive, I'm not as good as all of these girls on Instagram. Like, if you always are talking to yourself this way, you're going to be constantly unhappy with that, because this is your basic need. Love languages is your basic needs in a relationship. So let's say your love language is act of service. You do things to yourself to make your life better. For example, you delegate your cleaning, or you delegate, I don't know, like you're organizing in your apartment, or you do something to make your life easier. Ladies, you don't do everything yourself. You hire help and you ask for help when you need it. Also, let's say your love language is gifts. What do? You do this little gifts to yourself all the time. Every time you go out, you do something. I'm not saying it should be something huge, something big. No, just buy yourself your favorite dessert. Buy yourself the pair of earrings. It's not supposed to be expensive. It's supposed to be thoughtful, something that you really wanted. Buy yourself a nice candle. Buy yourself a new perfume. Treat yourself how you want your man treat you in the future. And last but not least, if your love language is quality time, what do you need to do, ladies? You take yourself on dates. Quality time with yourself, it doesn't mean you lay in bed and watch Netflix. This is not definition of quality time. Quality time is when you go out to the beach, to the park, to the forest, you take yourself to the movies, you take yourself to the brunch, to the lunch, to the dinner, to the restaurant, you take yourself shopping, you take yourself to the spa. You spend quality time with yourself with no phone. This is very important, ladies, because if you tell me that I spend quality time with myself and you literally sit there in a restaurant in your phone, this is not quality time. Ladies, you spend quality time with your phone, not with yourself. Thank you so much. What can you do during this quality time, right? It's not necessary that you just sit there in silence. You can journal, for example. You can journal, you can complete some psychological tasks, you can do something to learn about yourself or to reflect. And this is gonna count like you have a conversation with yourself. Or you can meditate, for example. So you do something that uplifts you. Because when you sit on your phone, it does not uplift you. Ladies, it's fast dopamine, it's not quality dopamine. And after doing this, you actually feel drained. You don't feel fulfilled, right? That's all, ladies. So right now, after you've watched this video, create this list of things how you're gonna show this love to yourself. Love is an action. It's not a word, it's not a feeling, it's an action. And you show love to yourself through actions that you do. And of course, self-love is a big mindset thing as well, ladies. But what do I mean by self-love mindset? It means, again, you not allow toxic people in your life. You not allow negative people in your life. You not allow people to judge you, to criticize you, to disrespect you. You leave situations where you're not being treated as a queen you are. And I tell you, as soon as you start loving yourself by these actions, it's gonna happen automatically for you. You're gonna think like, okay, I treat myself as a queen, as the most precious brilliant in the world. Why would I let other people treat me any worse than I treat myself? Your mindset gonna shift every time you do something positive for yourself. Every time you show self-love with your actions, your mindset gonna shift eventually. And this way, you're gonna say that, okay, I love myself and I accept myself. I stopped criticizing myself. I stopped betraying myself. I started to put myself in the center of my life. Not my man, not my job, not my family, not my friends, myself. It means if I have a choice to disappoint someone else or myself, I always choose to disappoint someone else. Because this way I choose myself and I do how I feel. That's all, ladies. Comment 3 actions you're gonna do this week to show this love to yourself. I'm gonna be happy to read that. And if you need some individual guidance, if you need some advice from me, please welcome to my coaching session or to my mentorship. I left the link to my WhatsApp down below this video. I'll be happy to give you all the details if you text me. And thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe my channel, like this video if you enjoyed this topic, and follow me for more videos like that. Bye bye.